So what exactly is going on with Kendrick Lamar and Father John Misty? Just this Friday, a fan realized that Kendrick Lamar and Father John Misty have been releasing albums on the same schedule since 2012. In a very strange coincidence, Kendrick Lamar and Father John Misty have released new albums on the same year for over a decade.
A lot of fire.
Yeah.
I was actually bummed when I saw Kendrick Lamar's VMA's performance because that's to the T what I had planned for this. So kind of stole my thunder.
On Friday, November 22nd, Father John Misty joked on his Twitter account that both musicians have released music within weeks and sometimes days of each other 5 separate times before. In a tweet, he wrote, "Not now, I'm furiously scribbling my response to." In one tweet, a fan said, "I'm so sorry that you happened to drop on the worst possible day to drop a new album." Then Father John Misty, whose real name is Josh Tillman, responded saying, "It's okay, only other times it's happened was 2012, 2015, 2017, and 2022. And while this went crazy viral, I'm going to give you an exact timeline of the albums both artists have released and their respective release dates. This Friday was the first day that both artists dropped on the same day, with Kendrick Lamar's new album GNX appearing on streaming services as a complete surprise at 12 p.m. on Friday, whereas Father John Misty's album, which I can't pronounce so I'm going to list it on the screen right here, came out the very same day. Father John Misty's album Fear Fun came out on April 30th, 2012, which happened to be the debut album under this project. That same year, Kendrick Lamar released the album Good Kid, Mad City on October 22nd. In 2015, Father John Misty released his album I Love You Honey Bear on February 9th, and on March 15th, Kendrick Lamar released To Pimp a Butterfly, a flawless album. Before Friday, 2017 was the closest that both artists came to releasing albums on the same day, with the album Pure Comedy by Father John Misty coming out on April 7th, 2017, and Kendrick Lamar's Damn being released April 14th the following week. In 2022, Father John Misty released the album Chloe in the Next 20th Century on April 8th, while Kendrick Lamar released his album Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers about a month later on May 13th. And while it wasn't mentioned in Father John Misty's tweets, he released the album God's Favorite Customer in 2018, while Kendrick Lamar also released the Black Panther soundtrack album the same year. Perhaps the icing on the cake of these coincidences, and the only actual true overlap, was in 2010 when Josh Tillman, under his artist name J Tillman, released the album Singing Axe, dropped the very same day as Kendrick Lamar's mixtape Overly Dedicated on September 14th, 2010. I think it's time we start using Father John Misty album releases as an index for Kendrick Lamar albums coming out as well, the same way that FEMA uses Waffle House to gauge hurricane severity. Father John Misty has remained in good spirits about all of this, and even posted a new song called God's Trash to his Instagram, a song that he has played on tour but is not on the new album. The cover, which is featuring Misty's Cooked Soft Stars, is a playful allusion to Kendrick Lamar's Watch the Party Die artwork. Perhaps the most telling revelation in this whole situation is Father John Misty's drummer, Dan Bailey, pointing out that Kendrick was doing live instrument sessions in United A studio in Los Angeles, California, at the exact same time that Father John Misty was cutting the album Pure Comedy in United B in 2016, affirming that a couple of these albums were recorded within feet of each other at the very same time. Cher has been praising Father John Misty's new music as well, so it's safe to say that this guy's having a really good week. Now the question remains, how long until these two collaborate officially? Time will tell.